See, so what we start doing, well, you're not supposed to do this because no. Who are you? I'm really confused. For the record, I know you. You look Irish. Are you Irish? No, I'm American. Oh, Argentinian. No, I'm from here. Oh, Mexico. You see, they won't play with you, you play with them. But do it intelligently. In other words, make them identify the jurisdiction that they're claiming authority in before you allow them to proceed with you in any matter. If you do allow them to proceed without identifying the political jurisdiction to which they are lawfully attached and have delegation of authority order to operate in, then you've just waived your rights. All right, we clear on that? So from your protocols of liberty, when you're dealing with these aliens, you forget those processes in principle, and guess what they're getting ready to do? There you go. And they will go to the Poconos this summer. And they always do it. And we keep feeding it. It's Islam and him and then you, brother. Islam.
Yeah. Now, see, like, even when we're dealing with these organized criminals, you've been before the courts, I've been before the courts, dealing with them on different issues. It's like some of the newer people that may be going through the process, just going to court, seeing the sheriff with the guns, other people getting locked up, took out the courts. It's very intimidating for people.
It's intimidating. I'll tell you this. How many of our people have died in wars?
Thousands, hundreds of thousands.
How many people are in war now, fighting to keep this European in power?
Millions of them, a whole bunch of them.
Now show me the Asiatic from any other part of the world that lynched us.
Say it again.
Show me in evidence, enter into evidence in our conversation, the Asiatic from any of the countries that these Asiatics been going to that's lynched us or stood before the school to block our children from school or blew up some churches or mosques or some synagogues.
I don't know none of them.
Or hung us or dragged us down the street or tried to beat us to China.
I don't know none of them.
Now, so if a person does not have the courage to stand up for the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, to which these people took an oath and are bound, and you're not willing to stand up for it, then you don't deserve to be free.
Yeah,
because that's a supreme coward.
No, that's right. You're right. But
no, and so what I'm saying to you,
exactly, I'm agreeing with you. I understand.
It needs to be said to them. This is the key. The key is that people who know, who have this information, need to present these arguments publicly so that people can take these things into consideration and consider their affairs. Because reflection is the business of man.
That's right.
It is their responsibility. And if you have this knowledge and don't give that to them to reflect upon, they get caught in their emotionalisms and are subject to the Christian black codes, which is what the problem is, is that have not been presented with a logical argument. Drew Ali brought the logical argument, but it's for those who know law.
Yeah, but see, one of the things I got is, I went through there. I'll fight them today. I don't, I teach, I show it, try to explain the stuff to people, but then it's always the same thing. When you run up against them and you see the guns and all that, it's like it's a deterrent.
What do you do? This is what you do. In an intelligent tone, if you know the truth about your nationality and birthrights, when you go before the tribunal, you say what? For the record. And you put it on the record. You don't sit and try to say, well, you know what's right and you've got to, don't go there. You make all processes that they process you in under color, you make it de jure, no matter what they do. Meaning that they can say anything they want to say. You declare your nationality. They can say anything. The declaration of your nationality is not just saying, I am Moorish American. The declaration of your nationality is the enforcement of this Constitution in all aspects relative to the preservation of inalienable rights which are written into that Republican form of government. Violate it, they violate you, you've just waived. You don't violate it, no matter what they do. So they can sit up there with cannons, and you stand for the truth.
But there's come a time when we grab our cannons, is what I'm trying to really
No. Your cannon is the truth. Your canon is, you know what, let me come at you again. You know where the weakness is with us, huh? Moors become conscious and have forgot that this is a Moorish divine and national movement. It's divine and it's national. And if they don't activate it, it is power neutralized not by him because he got a gun, by us because we're inactive. Are we clear? Don't confuse our inactivity and them taking advantage of our inactivity with them doing stuff to us that has power. They're not really the same. Abandonment and the relinquishment of power that's activated is not them having power that's superior to what is right or what is law. It is more our abandonment. And one of the deals is that the people don't understand recourse and remedy as principle. And they're not taught these things because they're not taught national principles. But once they understand national principles, they'll understand these processes that are taking place. They'll recognize immediately when they're violated. And they will say, ups, objection. And just say, well, wait a minute, we got to deal up. Objection. Yeah, but you know, we really, no peanut butter sandwiches. And if we don't object, they keep proceeding. And we must have the courage to stand up for the nationality and birthright. And some people are not worthy, so some people ain't going to stand for the truth. But you must teach it to the children, give them a chance.
Right. I'd like to say one example for you. I'm in court. Well, the United States Constitution says about, you mention that Constitution one more time in here, I'm locking your butt up. The United States Constitution is this. Yeah, shame on out of here.
Now what would you say under those circumstances?
What you mean?
What would you say when they said that? What did he just say for the record?
He gonna lock me up, basically, if I mention.
Oh, and that's what you heard.
No,
you see what you heard?
If you say
no, this is what you say. Well, excuse me. You say, Judge Bosnotzeldorf. Oh. Can you say that again for the record? Because that was very impactful. Let's see, if I mention the Constitution, for the record, witnesses, if I mention the Constitution in this courtroom, you're going to lock me up. What did the Supreme Court say relative to any court that supersedes its jurisdiction? I'm asking you that.
Null and void, basically.
Yes, what did the Supreme Court of the United States say relative to any court official or officers who supersede their jurisdiction?
That's criminal.
Well, then what are you going to do when he said that to you? What did you do afterwards? Did you file any charges against him?
I filed charges.
I'm asking you a question.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so then, therefore, you did what? You waived your rights, didn't you?
No, but I'm just reading.
No.
You're right. I know that.
Don't skip around.
I understand that, but I'm saying the reason I'm saying is because so many of us going before them, and this is what happened. Then we wind up getting
now back to what is the chairman and assistant? Grand Chief, what are they in power for? And what does the assistant Grand Chief do relative to the Grand Chief? So now what occurs if we don't follow through with what Raleigh says? And we're battling as individuals instead of a nation. What have I been saying from day one for the last 20 years for Moors to do? Class action suits. Knowing that they're not going to do it if they lack knowledge, which is why we put information out. Because without knowledge, they're not going to do anything. But with knowledge, they begin to recognize there is remedy. But then if they don't have the courage to use it, we're fighting as individuals. And they'll use Negro money to fight you forever. So if you don't go help redeem your people, what are they successfully doing? Using you against each other?